saw a few doing the old, you know, double
Not
deal.
gonna let us down. Well, he did. He picked up.
No, he seems to be doing just fine as Pyosik is going to get that magical journey out of Gorilla. OnFleek lands the Q, but doesn't want to go aggressive onto the Graves. As we are fighting over this dragon that just doesn't know who to breathe fire on at this point in time. The Ignite goes down onto Pyosik, but he's going to keep himself alive with the Smite. Also kills the Lee Sin with his collateral damage, and Swag walks his way out. Def now looking for root here. The arrow on cooldown. And, oh dear. Binding's great from Gorilla, however. As yeah, we've got 1-for-1s. As I believe Doran tried to dive, gets the flash out of Summit, and has his teleport. So 100% a win there for the Aurelia, even though they went 1-for-1.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of to talk about in that top side, but Carry is just smurfing down here in the bottom lane. He nearly killed Gorilla. That's the
so much damage. As we're going to have a look at this one once again. There's OnFleek standing in the back of the pit, wondering whether he needs to get out or whether he wants to go for the Smite fight, but Def nails the arrow, and Pyosik accidentally kills the Lee Sin, securing the Drake.
Yeah, I think he also smited early, but here's this breakdown. You can see Doran just non-stop pushing, and he's going to go for the stun into ultimate, gets the flash out, and it's just a big skirmish that Aurelia is going to win. That cannon is going to be annoying, but I believe that at the end of the day, because Summit didn't have teleport,
Shock Blast avoided, but that's a big minion wave. Now Summit trying to get past here. Gorilla's going to turn up, has to flash. That might actually just go down here as there's the hammerback onto Doran, getting underneath the turret here. Good empowered Shock Blast. So very close to having either a Ghost Blade or a Dust Blade completed.
No flash here.
And OnFleek, yeah, Vanguard's Edge is going to land. It's a decent Q, but it's not good. Sorry, W, but it's not going to be enough. Secured by OnFleek as Pyosik's going to turn up. End of the line comes in, aptly named as well as collateral damage goes entirely wide. Now Pyosik's trying to slow Summit down, but he doesn't have a red buff, doesn't have too many options. Quick drawing after. There's the flash follow, and one more auto attack will do it. Minion wave not quite there in time to save Summit, and it will be a 1-for-1 in the end. Pyosik moving on over, wants to be able to steal this guy away, and he's going to easily do so. He has Smite. Fate does not, as arrow. Oh, hitbox! Ladies and gentlemen, is certainly a thing, as that is a very dead Zoe. After securing that one with volley. Hawkshot to spot exactly where they're going, and oh no. In goes Carrier, looks for the ulti. Doesn't really connect too much though as Doran gets into the backline. Pyosik gonna clean up the bud so quickly, and unfortunately Sandbox couldn't find their way out. The Dark Binding barely avoided by Summit, who is gonna take a volley to the face, but otherwise will escape, but not with enough, as DRX should be able to get Mountain Soul off the back of this one.
But they can't really rely on one player when they're going up against so much scaling on the side of DRX, like literally every.
Oh no, he walked back into it. The cleanse is pretty late, as Gorilla didn't have his Mikhails back off cooldown yet. And now DRX, they're looking to continue sieging forward. No CC cleanse at all, as Tempered Fate going to be flashed by Deft. OnFleek gets the kickback though, and that's a very dead Ashe. Beautifully set up there from Sandbox. And okay. Going to be discovered for the minute, and there's the flash kick. Pyosik trying to quick draw his way out. He's very fast. Oh my god, and the damage that he does as well is ludicrous. Chovy goes in. Emperor's Divide again going to be a little bit worrisome as he goes golden and will be wiped out. Pyosik is still trying to deal with the enemy jungler and will take him down. So a 1-for-1 in the end. Carrier in trouble though off to the side. Black Shield is going to be put together. There's the flash over the wall by Fate. He picks up another one, but this is a fight on multiple fronts, and DRX are certainly winning the one over here. The volley comes in, slows down somebody's trying to run away with his phase rush, and I believe he'll be able to. Oh my god, just being ran around. DRX. There's actually a fair bit of vision here on this bottom side for Sandbox, as DRX just haven't really been bothered clearing it out. As there's another kick flash, and Pyosik just off in the wrong direction. Arrow is going to pierce the heavens, but Summit gets the Mikhails from Gorilla. Will be able to take down the Graves.
Why you try to not make mistakes like this?
There's a whole bunch of traps here lining the area as DRX, they're still going to have to try and contest this if they can. Doran going to mitigate a bit of damage, and with the 4 members of DRX that are here, they're going to eat the Tempered Fate for the minute. Yep, that is going to be the Elder Drake secured by Sandbox. And a successful disengage as well. Actually was thinking.
They have Bard.
Yeah, Sandbox is looking for it, but Deft is holding onto his arrow. Doran eats the Tempered Fate, and there we go. Gorilla taking a lot of damage here from Deft, who is ganking on the Ashe. Immediately, Mikhails comes out, and Summit is just going to be dead. The Hunter became the hunted in Sandbox at that particular moment. Chovy grabs the kill. The arrow, once again, majestically sails. Not too much more is going to happen as DRX are just moving down this mid lane to try and eradicate the map of as many inhibitors as possible. And okay, Chovy going to eat that one. Move back onto Pyoshik as Golden again goes Chovy. I was like, wow, that Tempered Fate lasted a long time, but Zondius is going to come in as well. Vanguard's Edge connects onto so many. The Zoe just eradicated, and Doran into the backline, resetting all over the place, and instantly, that's an ace, and that'll be the game.
Yeah, Doran puts an end to that one. They were a little bit too far away from the turret, and down it goes. GG.
That felt a little bit like,
oh, like drop a set, okay? But it takes 41 minutes to end this game. They were...
Welcome back everybody to the week number 8 here in the August 8th in Korea, and today's analysis will be joined by Subin, B3, and Pon. And this is season with the translation, and this was the Game1 after Sandbox Gaming versus DRX. And now I think we are seeing more and more different picks coming out on the bottom lane. So Caitlyn was looking for some of the engaged partners on the side of Sandbox Gaming. However, DRX managed to neutralize his presence. And Doran went for a very aggressive champion here, Aurelia. And Doran really did manage to pull up a really good show up against Jace overall. So Ashe and Caitlyn were both one of the top tier ADCs here in the LCK meta, and DRX managed to show a better macro with their lane phase. And let's take a look how DRX managed to accelerate their gap between Ashe and Caitlyn. So we finally saw something that we all have been waiting for, the lane freeze and lane manipulation. Caitlyn had cleanse instead of TP, however Ashe had TP, so Caitlyn had to base at that timing. However, Gorilla was trying to stop DRX bottom duos from going for a lane wave freeze. However, he got queued, so he had to back together with Caitlyn. So Daft was really meticulous with taking down these minions and controlling this minion wave. So he was able to stack up and accelerate his XP differential between Caitlyn. So Caitlyn also went for the Vampire Spectre because of the very hard lane power coming out from Ashe and Morgana, so his item build was not going as well as he planned. So at the end of this laning phase, there was a very huge gap between Caitlyn and Ashe in terms of XP. So the level 6 timing between Ashe and Caitlyn was so different. Speaking of the level 6 timing, let's take a look at this Dragon fight where the Ashe's ultimate came in clutch for this fight. So Ashe was the only one dinging level 6 on the bottom lane. So before this ultimate, actually, Pyoshik was also able to use his W onto Lee Sin, so he did not have any vision for this upcoming Ashe ultimate. So they picked up the dragon and also picked up a kill onto Lee Sin. DRX winning this game was not all about their lane phase, lane priority, more about their smart and intelligent setup starting from the laning phase. Now it's time to take a look at the player of the game on the side of DRX. So this is Deft on Ashe picking up the POG for the 5th time of the split. He got cut out in the middle of the game on the mid lane, so Pawn was a little bit not sure whether he should vote for Deft or not, but still he voted for Deft in the end. Well, to be honest, DRX was not that clean to close out this game. However, Deft was the main character that kept setting up plays to make DRX have the momentum to close out the game. This game came down to the performance of the AD carries, and Caitlyn was the one being in the rough spot, and Ash was the main character and the proactive role that kept and led all the DRX players behind him. Ash picked up 7 votes out of 12. And also with Deft's smart item build, he was not letting Caitlyn to close up the damage differential between Caitlyn and Ash. So that was DRX versus Sandbox Gaming game number 1. Now let's move on to game number 2 and check out whether Sandbox can keep their playoffs hopes alive.